What's up, world? So we got some big news today, but I'm going to focus on Twisting Blades because that's a major deal when it comes to rogues, because Twisting Blades has been basically the meta for rogues for such a long time. We have confirmation that it has been bugged all of this time, basically since the launch of Diablo 4. And I kind of had a hunch that that was the case, way back then, because the math didn't make sense with how much poison damage that rogues were able to stack, or specifically Twisting Blades was able to stack when we had skills like Rapid Fire that technically has better single target damage that just could not stack nearly as much poison. So something was up there, something was wrong there. So I did some testing, came across 2 different bugs that attributed to that. Woody Joe also did the same and made a video about it. There's also some people in the community that also did their own testing that has also come to the conclusion. But the majority of the community probably didn't really know that this was actually happening. So when I mentioned it on my live streams, people got a little upset and it's like, well, Blizzard didn't say anything. They haven't nerfed anything. They haven't put anything out about this. So they thought I was just joshing. So it's kind of interesting to kind of now see that it's been confirmed that, we were right all along, that there were unattended interactions with Twisting Blades. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about in terms of the bugs and what the bugs were, we have 2 bugs and they're basically associated with Bladedancer aspect for Twisting Blades. The first bug was basically Bladedancer was hitting more than 2 times. It was hitting 3 times usually. On the first rotation, it's almost always once, and then the second time it rotates around, it's almost always 2 times. It's supposed to only hit once. May not seem like a big deal, but saying that Bladedancer itself is like pretty crappy damage. So, what's the issue? They kind of hitting twice. Well, you also can proc, additional lucky hit effects or on hit effects, period. That kind of allow you to do certain things that you normally would not be able to do. But that's not what makes it egregious by itself. When you combine it with the other bug is what scale ridiculously into crazy amount of damage when you add poison imbuement into the mix. So the second bug is basically the Bladedancer with poison imbuement was getting the original Twisting Blades values damage with poison imbuement rather than Bladedancer's damage value, which is huge because it just meant that every time that Bladedancer basically spun around, not only was it stacking poison and you hit 3 times instead of 2, rotating blades is getting the 100% value of the original Twisting Blades damage and not the Bladedancer's damage, which scaled poison imbuement to ridiculous heights, giving it essentially a 300% damage multiplier for poison imbuement for Twisting Blades, which is insane because what other aspects do it gives that type of multiplier to a particular thing, and which in this case would be poison imbuement. So obviously something was off and the math didn't check with that. But those are the 2 bugs that have been associated with Twisting Blades for a while. So now that will be gone and that's going to be fixed and it's going to be now normal. What does this mean for Twisting Blades going forward? Will Twisting Blades die or anything? And in my opinion, no, because Twisting Blades is still a pretty strong skill without the poison imbuement. Going from level 1 to 100, Twisting Blades is still like the fastest skill to do it, to get there. So, and you really wasn't using poison to get to 100 to begin with. Most of the content in the game, outside of Abattoir Azir at this point, didn't really require you to really stack poison in the first place. Whenever you have pretty decent gear to do whatever it is that you're doing. So I don't think Twisting Blades is dead, even though you're probably going to see that all over YouTube. It's dead, this whole thing, the build's dead. But what we will see is different variations that we wouldn't have seen, before, because Poison TB was just so much better than any other variations that you could have done in terms of end game, or in terms of like just seeing your damage skyrocket, or just seeing, the health bar just basically. So now we will hopefully see other builds get opened up for, or other variations for Twisting Blades, and how people are going to play Twisting Blades in the future. It did get a slight buff in terms of now it's going to always do the amount of the full amount of damage from the returning blades to the Bladedancer aspect itself. So there's a little minor buff, in exchange for what was fixed there. But just kind of want to put this out there because this has been bugged for a while. It's a bug, it's got to go. And just like to Boss Will, I was bugged, it's got to go. So we want to see balance. We want to see many different builds, many different variations open up that can be viable end game. And in order for that to happen, unintended actions have to, well, they have to go. They have to not be in the game anymore. So that's my take. I do have a video coming up pretty shortly about bow rogue because season 3 is looking very juicy for range rogues. And you guys know that I play a ton of bow rogues. So hope you guys stick around to watch my next video and how excited I am to see what we're going to be able to do with range rogues next season. And as always, till next time.